A collaborative effort between Crisis Connection and the Jasper Dubois County Contractual Library System. Special event coming up, or actually 4 events coming up. We're going to find out about that in this edition of WJTS Inform. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is Joan Knies. Joanne is with Crisis Connection, and also joining us is Christine Golden. Christine is the director of the Jasper Dubois County Contractual Libraries. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got a weird connection here because we got Crisis Connection and the library system. What are you ladies doing together?
Yeah, people aren't abusing people at the library.
Okay, that's good. That is good.
No. That's not what's happening at all.
But that is a safe place.
Yes,
It is an absolute safe place. That would be a primary connection. It is, and it is a community-based place, and they do so much for the community. So we came across something we've talked to previously on the show called the 40 developmental assets. Nothing really spectacular about them other than they've been proven that if you do these things with a child and an adult and have a healthy relationship, that child is going to be more successful. So the library went through training with us. We went through the training, some other community partners, and realized very quickly that, hey, they have some books that will promote those assets.
Okay, so at the libraries, you will have books that have a special sticker or note of some sort on them that these are part of the 40 developmental assets.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Anything from, I think, self-confidence. I mean, there's all kinds of wonderful, assets out there. So we were really excited. One of our goals with our new strategic plan is really get out there and form as many collaborative partnerships as we can. And we really felt this was, honestly, one of our big kickoffs is, hey, this is, we talked about doing a 1 event, and I think all of a sudden we both got so excited we decided to make it 4 events. So,
Right.
Why leave anyone out? So we're excited.
Okay, and basically these events are going to be on what is known as Facebook Live.
Sure.
So you need a Facebook account, and then you go to the library's Facebook page or Crisis Connections Facebook page, either one. Okay, so you can search that and find that, and then you will simply watch them live from that library. The first event is when?
First one is going to be on Monday, November 27th. We're going to do that at 6 p.m. We're going to kick off at Ferdinand. We're very excited to get over there and get this started. I think my children's staff, they were all kind of like, what are we doing? And then, you started telling them more about it, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. We've always thought about, doing the live events because it brings in a different audience. It brings in that instantaneous audience that we're welcoming people to come into the library during these events to come and see what we're doing. Ferdinand's is actually going to be integrated with a story time that's already happening, so we're really excited about that. You can come in, watch it live, watch it later. It's really just kind of a brief introduction to what we're doing, what the Crisis Connection is doing, and that collaborative spirit. So we're excited.
So the first one is November 27th at the Ferdinand Library, 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. Then the next one will be the next Monday, or is
the next day, 28th.
Oh,
we're going to be over at Jasper.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Jasper at 6 p.m. The 28th. We're going to head up to Dubois on the 29th at 6 p.m. And then we're going to finish up at Birdseye. We're going to throw a little wrench in that one, and we're going to head up there at 1 p.m. on Saturday, December 2nd. Okay,
but all times when families are together and a great time to watch the Facebook Live. So it's really like watching a YouTube video.
It really is.
But it's live.
Correct.
But also Facebook Live, then it is archived, and you can watch that anytime you want.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So is this basically going to be a story time?
Essentially, the neat thing with it is it's going to start out that way.
Right.
It's going to start out as a story time where we're going to try to make sure each of the libraries has a different book to read. We're going to read a book every night, and then we're going to kind of give you a sneak peek into the other things happening. What are some cool events coming up at the library? How does this fit into what we're doing? Then I'm going to turn it over to Joanne, and she's going to talk about, the 40 developmental assets, the great things happening at the Crisis Connection, because that's one of the main reasons I was really excited about this collaboration, to be honest, was the fact that I think both of us have so many resources that not enough people know about. And anything we can do to work together to let our audiences know more about each other, it's a win-win. So I'm thrilled to be involved in this.
So folks will be able to watch a story being read that has to do with the 40 developmental assets. And do you have an example?
Sure.
I'm sure you do.
So like the invisible string. let's say that you're an adult and you have some child, and it doesn't have to be a little kid necessarily. It can be a teen. We have books. We won't be reading the teen books out loud, obviously, but we have books for adults and teens as well. And let's say you're trying to help them understand in this chaotic world that we really are a safe place, that they really are in a stable place. Well, maybe you want to read this book. It's called The Invisible String. So a parent can come into the library and say, look, my kid, I think, is really struggling with, getting a little stressed out about life. Do you have anything? Well, sure. What asset does that cover? Here it is. Here would be another one. Bucket filling. I know a lot of the teachers use it. It's a simple concept of, I do nice things for you, fills up your bucket, it gets bucket, as opposed to dipping in somebody's bucket. So this can be used. It actually comes from an adult book by Tom Rath. So just different ones about how can we be nice to each other? How can we be respectful? How can we do service for other people in interaction?
And so then crisis connection, you are a lot of times the end result of when people have been abused. They call it crisis connection. But your work is to try and get that not to happen in the
Absolutely.
first place, to avoid that situation or cure that situation.
That's right. And we've talked about this for years, but the collaboration with so many community partners and getting the community involved, we can do that by moving upstream. And we know that one adult in one child's life can make a difference. And we know that reading makes a difference. The schools have collaborated with us as well. Their librarians are doing it. We read these books in schools, and even reading just for pleasure is an asset.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Now, if somebody is not a Facebook person, they're more than welcome to show up at the
goodness,
library
yeah.
themselves and be in the audience.
Absolutely,
Okay?
yeah. We're more than happy to have you in. I mean, I would never turn anybody away from coming into an event, so you're more than welcome to. Maybe you're interested in it and you don't really understand. You maybe can't join us on the 27th at 6 p.m., but your grandson comes over later and go, hey, pull up the library's page on your Facebook account. Really, it's just an introductory for us. It was just a cool collaborative idea that we're excited about that, it's not earth-shattering,
Nope.
but I think if we are able to impact a few people, get us started, and I mean, this is just really inspiring for us moving forward.
This Facebook Live presentation will be half an hour?
Oh, maybe.
About?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
no set time, but
No.
it does start at 6.
6, yeah. We'll go until, either we're done with our information, and like I said, we'll open it up to questions throughout. If anybody has questions at home, we'll be glad to take them.
So they can, I guess, type a
Yeah,
question
they
and then
absolutely
you can
can.
answer it right there.
Yeah, it's really
That's
neat.
right.
So they simply would go to the library's Facebook page,
Any of the 4 libraries.
any of the 4.
Yeah, any of the 4.
And then they can go to the Crisis Connection
Correct.
Facebook page.
Correct.
Okay. And watch it live.
Yeah.
You would need a Facebook. And then you would want to like their account,
Please
right?
do.
You would
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
that
like
would
them
be-
if you haven't
yeah,
already.
that would
But
be
you don't
wonderful.
have to like it.
Nope.
You
No.
can still just go and view
You
it.
can. You
right?
can.
Correct.
And so it's the 27th, 28th,
8th,
29th
9th,
at 6
6
p.m. And then the
Second at 1 p.m.
December 2nd at 1 p.m.
Yes.
At each of the libraries.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'd love to have you join us and find out that really, like she said, it's not earth-shattering. It's fun
Yeah.
and page by page.
Yeah, page by page.
You can make a difference.
And if we can start with kids that are young, we can maybe get some of that cycle broken.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's our whole goal.
Anything you ladies would like to add?
No, just thank you so much. And wouldn't it be great to clog up all 5 accounts?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're all serving as co-hosts on this,
Right.
so all 5 of those accounts are
Yeah.
going to have it on there at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And fear not, if you can't watch it on the night that we specified, it will be on the Facebook page that you can
Absolutely.
go and view it at another
Absolutely.
And you can always just stop by. We'd be happy to talk to you
Yeah.
about the books and the programs. Yeah.
time. All right. Thank you very much,
Thank
ladies,
you.
for coming.
Sure,
Joanne
thank you.
Knies and Christine Golden. This has been WJTS Inform. We're local people watching local people.